Well, some fashion shows, in fact, most of them are about what's happening now and what's trending going forward.
Yeah, but the annual Women Defining History show is different. It looks at the fashions from decades ago and the significance of certain styles.
Yeah, Riley Hall's with the Douglas County Historical Society. Good to see you, Riley.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
have you
stopping by.
here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Fashion is important for a lot of reasons. I mean, in Omaha's growing fashion community, we've got it kind of blowing up here, but I think there's a historical aspect of fashion as well, and that's why you guys are kind of here.
Yes, so the mission of our Historical Society is to preserve and enliven historical insight throughout Douglas County. So through every year we have different programming, and one of them is the annual Women Defining History event, which features the Women Defining History Award that we present, and also a fashion show with changing themes. So this year we were inspired by our current exhibit that we have going on through mid-April. It's Gangsters in Tunnels. And it's the story of Douglas County Prohibition. So running from the years 1918 to 1934.
So that's where the fashion of the 20s and 30s.
Yes. So the title of our event, Daring and Dazzling, as you'll see there on the screen. Daring refers to our 1920s clothing styles. So you think of the flapper, the look of the bobbed hair. You got the shorter skirts that were coming into fashion. And then we get into the 30s with more of a Hollywood glamour and glitz that we see.
The dazzle part
yes,
of that,
the
right?
dazzling, yes.
Laurel is here, and she's wearing one of the pieces that I imagine this will be part of the show, but tell us about this dress.
Laurel's actually wearing a dress from our Douglas County Historical Society collection. This will be on display at the fashion show, so not actually on the runway. But it's a black, early 1930s sort of evening, night, going out dress. We can kind of see an emphasis in the 1930s on more of the feminine silhouette.
Well, a lot of beading, too.
A lot of beading, a lot of colored sequence beading. Think of that Hollywood glamour, that glitz. And then also the sash to draw attention to her hip there. So,
which now we're like, please, let's de-emphasize the hip. But back then, they were tiny, I feel like. We've all got a little more curves now. But yeah, back then, they were wanting to play up shape a little bit more.
But it's not just the clothing. There's jewelry as well that was a huge part of these trends in the 1920s and 30s.
Yes, yes. So jewelry is going to definitely be a part of our event. We have a vintage jewelry sale that we're going to feature that all the attendees can come and take a look at.
And you brought in a couple of pieces here, so we have one set there, and then I've got a frame here with some beautiful pins. Are these just examples, or are these going to be for sale, Riley?
These will be for sale. These ones specifically. So our vintage jewelry sale kind of runs the gamut from price range and time periods. Mostly, it's going to be pieces from the 50s and 60s, an affordable price range from anywhere from $10 to $50.
And I'm wearing a bracelet too, everybody, if you want to get a look at this. Isn't that a cool piece?
Beautiful bracelet, yep.
And I think that one, $35 for that one. So it's sort of toward the middle of the range that you mentioned.
Yes.
But then some higher price points, more investment pieces, if folks want to go there. What do you have here on the bus stand?
So one of these right here will be in our silent auction. And this is a what they call the beautiful ladies necklace. This was very popular in the Edwardian and Victorian eras. This one is actually, you can't really tell on camera, but in the back here, it is actually signed by the artist.
Wow.
And there's beautiful detailing on the chain here.
What is the value on a piece like that, Riley? Do you know?
The appraised value is about $125.
And that'll be part of the auction.
The silent auction, correct. And that's a new feature to our event this year.
And then you got another piece moving over here to the viewers'
Whole
right.
set.
And these right here, these are going to also be part of just the general vintage jewelry sale. So we have a nice bracelet here with a wood feature.
Isn't that funny that you say that's vintage, and yet I could walk into a department store and find something very similar to that today, that whole idea of what is old is new again.
Right.
That look in jewelry is everywhere.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So we're happy to feature that as part of the event.
You said
Jewelry,
earlier.
clothing, and then you're going to honor somebody else as well. You're going to honor somebody?
Yes, we're honoring Carol Gendler. She's actually been involved with the Douglas County Historical Society for 53 years. Out of our 60 years, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. So that'll be amazing, and we're just honoring her for all of the work that she's done for our society and also for the community as a whole. She's, to name a few, she's involved with the boards of the Jocelyn Art Museum, Humanities Nebraska. So she's definitely done a lot for our community here.
An important person and getting recognition that sounds well deserved.
Yes.
What do you do? I mean, I remember Mike was doing some research projects about his family and like the Italian community in Omaha and tracing things back, and you went in and you were looking at articles and pulling artifacts. What do you do in general, like throughout the year? Who do you serve? What do you present to the community?
Well, we serve everyone that breathes air, really, in Douglas County. We do a plethora of things. We have monthly programs such as a Reader Circle Book Club that will be meeting today, actually, at the Crook House Museum. We have second Sunday talks where you can come and learn about the history of Douglas County through different panels and different presentations there. You can come like Mike did and come research your family at our library archive and look at a bunch of newspaper clippings and kind of find out more about your family and the history that you had here in Douglas County. So there's just a lot that we have to offer. You can go on to our website, www.douglascohistory.org.
Here it is.
And you can find out more about all the programs that we offer, our monthly programming, our events that we have coming up, and some of our services that you can come check out as well.
Yeah, which if you do have to do some research, whatever the topic is, maybe it's your family history, maybe it's a certain part of town that you're researching, but you have employees and volunteers who are extremely helpful in giving you what you need.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're not on your own.
No, we have
Sifting
amazing
through.
community volunteers that will come help you. Will come help out the society, and our expert researchers will
Well,
definitely
and
point you in the right
fundraisers are
direction.
such an important part of it because it's not like, you've got money trees out back and you just go and plug dollars and that's how
Unfortunately
you
not.
make everything happen. So we're looking at Women Defining History. This is the 6th year for this event, and it's coming on Saturday, April 9th. You're welcome to call to inquire about tickets, reserve your seat. It's 402-455-9990. Riley, thank
Riley,
you.
good to see you. Yeah,
Laurel,
thanks for stopping
thank
by.
you so much for joining us today. You look beautiful. Thank you. We had to
Yeah.
find somebody
Thank
who was
you
like
for
itty
having
bitty.
me.
I know, it
Yeah.
is. Thanks, Riley.
Have a great event. Guess